Jaleel Dunkley, and it is the Wildcats who win the opening tip here. Now Kentucky looking to get into transition. Diabate up top for Garrison. Great feed inside. Diabate gets it, throws it up.
You can see it in everything that he does.
Earls inside. The basket still unfriendly here.
This is the first game, you can tell it.
Chandler running the floor. The slam won't go, but Dunkley, a sophomore from Canada, this week. Chandler will go 1 of 2 from the line. Battle for the rebound.
15 of 15 assisted turnovers against Georgetown. Really want to see that improve tonight.
Good trigger for Zayden Johnson in transition. Diabate out for Aberdeen. He'll heap the three. It'll go.
Right. They can decide what they want to do on the screen. So screen on the balls, it's up to the big. Good job.
And I think at times early in this game, Malone and
Tavon being 30 years old. Southland Conference is really good.
Rice drives. Yelovich guarded English. Omoda, the long three. Diabate out of control. Oway tried to tip it back on and misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Ahead of the pack, gets English, and Johnson blocks it off the backboard. Kentucky trying to capitalize on the defensive stand. It's Oway!
He's an offensive player. That's his deal. It's good for Kentucky kid.
We're up here in Lexington as Otega Oway hits both free throws. Nicholls. There's some good basketball played down in the Southland. They've been looking for Brandon Garrison a couple times on the last few possessions.
With the cross, nice teardrop bucket in the lane.
Omoda for 3 in the first basket. Johnson gives it up. Yelovich, extra step, and the finish. A little bit buried on the depth chart, but taking advantage of the opportunity as he gets 4. The foul goes on Cam Williams after the reach in there. It'll put Malone at the first 21 games last year.
We talked to Coach earlier. He said that they
touched into the backcourt. Aberdeen cuts through the defense and finishes at the 10. Aberdeen has it. Raining threes is Collins.
They're doing a good job responsibility-wise and making shots really, really hard, just like that one.
Johnson 1 of 2. English working on Chandler, throws it up and it'll go. It's like this, you need guys like English, one of the leaders on this team, to step up. He
usually leads to foul discrepancy, and that's what we're seeing right now. And
10 seconds remain in this first half.
Nicholls comes out in the zone.
Johnson up top. Now Nicholls with a final heave. Off the mark. Going to be a top 10 defensive team this season.
That's exactly what they want to do. Well on their way.
Here's Oway, drives and finishes. Kentucky better flow offensively already. Colin Chandler
should be able to flow into their offense a little bit easier.
Garrison had position inside. Aberdeen off the glass. Vision game with what was dubbed a leg strain, but Crass working baseline, nowhere to go. Here's Dunkley.
Athletic he is. Him having 3 fouls in the first half really hurt Nicholls. He's somebody they depend on. This is the pace that Kentucky's comfortable at.
Away from the corner, yes sir! Open in the corner, Sanders passed up the 3. Deep in the shot clock. Bate coughs it up. English pushing in transition is Grant.
Conference, they're going to be just fine with their athleticism. We're seeing bigger, stronger, faster right now tonight and struggling with that a little bit.
Oh, the no. Back-to-back 20-win seasons in the first 2 years under Taven Sadler. Really does feel like this game has opened up a bit here in the second half. I will call that in the... Oway, preseason SEC Player of the Year to Lexington for a senior season, and I think one of the neat things of Otega Oway's story, when he graduated, when you look at Otega Oway's next step, what is that this season? Offensive barrage. Johnson hits it.
Nicholls coming out on the defense, zone defense, try to throw some different looks at Kentucky.
Yelovich basically a free. Aberdeen having a big second half so far. Inside, Marino. Kentucky goes the other way. Aberdeen steps into one. Too strong. Long rebound goes down to Dunkley. Ahead of the pack now, Grant Sanders with the flush. Much different pace of a game here in the second half from both sides. Good roll, Marino, the tough catch. Kentucky basketball last year after a
freshman debut so far. Brandon Garrison in practice every day. Expect to see a lot of him this year at Kentucky basketball. Great finish.
Here's Brandon Garrison, drives the paint. It skips off, gets a second.
Caught, gathered, and was able to make an athletic finish after a miss. Really well done.
Rice floated in. Wide open in the corner is Rice. Drives, accepted the contact and finished it. Ahead for Williams. So far, Dunkley drives baseline. Kentucky trying to work it inside. They find Diabate. He gets a step on his man.
Play. He was in foul trouble early, wasn't able to get out there.
Aberdeen, and that will be a goaltending. Find his way back to the charity stripe. Shoot a pair. Off-season addition from Cleveland State, where he played for 2 years for the Vikings. Got a great production from their guards. Colin Chandler, one of those guards, rains home the three. This was a 13-point game at the half. Kentucky putting their foot down so far in the second is Rice, Ant's leading scorer for the moment. Chandler wants another, why not? Harrison was able to keep that one in play. Chandler.
Oh my goodness, he sees the lane, up, and away, big fella. This is one white man that can jump. Oh my gosh. Not that high.
Give Nicholls credit. They've found a lot of good looks lately offensively. Rice has been a big part of that. Chandler really starting to put himself in a position to find time in this starting lineup with
the second half. More than anything else, when you shoot shots that are in the flow.
A lot of hope about what this team can look like.
But most importantly, they never gave up on the defensive end. They're still down here competing. They're still oh my. Yeah, Nicholls is, they've all had some spurts. You can see those guys. Jalen Rice's athletic ability. Jaleel
deep into their bench. Now you get a chance on opening night to play in front of this fan base.
Everybody has a work hard. They do everything that the varsity, that the starters do, everything that the scholarship guys do. You get yours later.
There's Pasmino, a bench piece on that Florida National Championship team last year. Proved to 1-0 in this new season.
Business, doing what they're supposed to do.
Kentucky will start off the 25-26 season with a hard-earned W. Kentucky on top. They've now won 15 of their last 7.
Slow start, very, very sluggish. Discombobulated offensively, got it going in the second half.